There's something interesting about winter. The world slows down, people stay indoors, routines get messy, and motivation? It drops faster than the temperature. Most people treat winter like a pause, a break from progress. But here's the trap. When you pause in winter, you restart in spring from zero. Maybe you felt this too. You tell yourself, I'll start fresh in January, or I'll fix my routine when life gets calmer. But weeks pass, then months, and nothing really changes. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I used to waste my winters too, scrolling late at night, waking up tired, losing momentum, and then wondering why I felt stuck. Winter can easily become a season of decline, unless you flip it. This video is your blueprint for a 60-day winter arc, a period where you quietly rebuild your life, improve your skills, and upgrade your habits while the world sleeps through the cold. We'll break it into simple steps, the same structure I used when I wanted a calm, productive reset without burning out. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to transform winter into the most powerful phase of your year. 1. The reset phase. Clean the mental noise. Days 1 to 10. Every winter arc starts with subtraction, not addition. Because you can't build a new life on top of mental clutter. For the first 10 days, your goal is simple. Reduce noise. This means cutting your screen time by 20 to 30%. Removing the junk tasks that drain your focus. Cleaning your physical space. And writing down the 3 areas you want to fix during this arc. Let me give you an example. Last winter, I started with a messy desk and an even messier mind. I kept trying to improve my habits, but it felt like trying to run with weights tied to my feet. Once I cleaned my space, unsubscribed from pointless notifications, and wrote down my priorities, I suddenly had mental room to grow. One small warning, though. Most people try to improve everything at once during winter. Don't. You'll burn out in week 2. Stick to 3 areas, maximum. A clear mind is your foundation. Everything else builds on top of this. 2. The discipline anchor. Choose one daily non-negotiable, days 11 to 20. Once you reduce the noise, it's time to introduce stability. And stability comes from one simple anchor habit. Not 5. Not 10. Just 1. Why 1? Because your brain needs a proof of consistency before it believes you. Your discipline anchor can be a 20-minute workout, 30 minutes of studying, reading 10 pages, a morning walk, journaling for 5 minutes. During my previous winter arc, my anchor was a 30-minute learning session every morning. It was small but powerful. Even on days I felt unproductive, I still had that one win. Here's the key. Your anchor must be easy enough that you can do it on your worst day. If you choose a huge daily commitment, you'll fail before momentum builds. A quick warning here. Don't make your anchor time dependent. If you say, I'll study at 6 a.m. every day, and one day you wake up late, the whole habit collapses. Instead, use a flexible rule. Anytime today, but it must get done. This is how you build your discipline muscle without stress. 3. The growth sprint, skill and knowledge upgrade. Days 21 to 40. Now that your mind is clear and your anchor habit is stable, it's time for the most exciting part. Growth. The growth sprint is a focused 20-day period where you choose one skill or one knowledge area to level up intensely. It could be improving your writing, deepening your understanding of psychology, strengthening your math or coding basics, enhancing your communication skills, or mastering a topic you've avoided for too long. Let me give you a simple example. A student I once coached chose 15 minutes of focused reading on a difficult psychology textbook. Within 20 days, he understood more than he had in an entire semester, because winter removed the social noise, and the sprint gave him direction. Another example. During my own winter arc, I used this phase to improve my speaking skills. I recorded one short video every day, not to post online, but to observe myself. The difference after 20 days? Huge. But here's the pitfall. People try to learn everything and end up learning nothing. Stick to one skill. Your brain grows best through focus, not overwhelm. At the end of the sprint, you'll feel sharper, more confident, and genuinely smarter. 4. The identity phase. Become the person who does the work, days 41 to 55. Winter is not just about actions, it's about identity. Because long-term change doesn't come from habits alone. It comes from seeing yourself differently. Here's the shift. Instead of saying, I'm trying to study more, you start saying, I'm the kind of person who studies daily. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, you say, I'm the kind of person who moves every day. And yes, it sounds simple. But this shift is why some people stay consistent long after motivation dies. Try this during days 41 to 55. Write one sentence every morning that defines the identity you're building. Say it out loud quietly is fine, before starting your anchor habit. Keep your environment aligned with this identity, by which I mean, don't keep distractions in reach. A mini story. I once coached someone who struggled with confidence. For his identity shift, he wrote one line every day. I finish what I start. Just that. And within weeks, he began acting like someone who follows through, because his brain kept hearing that message repeatedly. The mistake to avoid here is overcomplicating the process. Identity is built through repetition, not perfection. 5. The reflection and consolidation phase, days 56 to 60. The last 5 days are your cool down, not a break, a consolidation. This is where you reflect on what worked, notice what didn't, lock in the habits you want to keep, and create a simple plan for the next season. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Ask yourself, which habits felt natural? Which ones were forced? What identity shift felt the most real to me? And here's something I learned the hard way. If you don't reflect, you repeat. You repeat the same mistakes, the same distractions, the same patterns. So end your winter arc with honest awareness. Those final 5 days are more powerful than you think. Pitfalls to avoid during the 60-day arc. Let's pause for a moment and address the common traps. 1. Expecting instant results. Growth is quiet in the beginning. Don't quit in week 1. 2. Comparing your winter to someone else's summer. You're in a rebuilding phase. Go at your pace. 3. Adding too many habits. Simplicity wins every time. 4. Breaking the chain once and thinking it's over. It's not. Just restart the next day. No guilt. Let's quickly recap your 60-day winter arc. Reset phase, days 1 to 10. Clear noise, set 3 priorities. Discipline anchor, days 11 to 20. One small, non-negotiable habit. Growth sprint, days 21 to 40. Focus on mastering one skill. Identity phase, days 41 to 55. Become the person who naturally does the work. Reflection phase, days 56 to 60. Lock in the lessons and plan ahead. Winter becomes powerful when used with intention. If you've been waiting for the perfect time to reset your life, this is it. The next 60 days can rebuild your discipline, sharpen your skills, and reshape your identity, quietly, steadily, and without pressure. If this blueprint helped you, feel free to like the video, subscribe for more study and self-growth content, and share this with someone who needs a winter restart. And if you're starting your own winter arc,